Listen, I can teach you the game. I'm not the best, but I can teach you. Learning one character after the other, what they do, is probably a good start. Who's easy to start? I guess Fuchsia. On attack side, Fuchsia, Lavine, yeah. Lavine, Michelle would be the easiest for on both sides. Lavine on attack, Michelle on defense. No, so I wouldn't say Celestia is easy. People will get mad if you don't use like Celestia correctly. Like, sure, Celestia is like your healer support, but you need to have the correct timings. You need to have like to be able to follow. Let me show you something. Hold on. Let me teach you. I'll basically explain shit in Valorant terms. Okay. So with Lavine, right? You're basically Sova. You can throw a knife. You throw this and it does a scan, right? It scans your enemies within it, right? A neat trick that you can do is throw smokes and a knife within that smoke. Easy free kills, right? That's her skills, basically. Her passive is that whatever damage you do on someone, if you do damage on them, they will be scanned. So basically you have wall hawks on them for a few seconds, right? Now, once you upgrade your Awakening 1, so the upgrades are called Awakenings. Awakening 1 is like whatever damage you do on someone, they will be also revealed to your teammates. So for example, you do something, your teammates will also have the reveal on them. Your ultimate is like this huge area where inside of it, you are invisible to enemies. They can hear you, they can shoot you, but you are technically invisible unless you start shooting. If you start shooting, you're not invisible in it anymore. And you go on to a counter, like I think it's 2-3 seconds of it. I don't know. But you can go back into the ultimate to turn invisible again. Super easy character. All you gotta do is always make sure you have smokes. That is for Lavine, for attack side. For defense side, although Michelle is very, very popular and you will have to fight, which is why I recommend picking out another character as well to learn. Not just Michelle, but she's super easy. She gets these turrets that you can put in entryways. So basically it's like Killjoy. Michelle is like Killjoy. You get 2 of these turrets or 3 based on your upgrades to place down. So it's like Killjoy turret. And her ultimate is like this giant Killjoy turret that has a bunch of HP. But the thing is, Michelle is very popular and pretty much you will always see a Michelle. So if you don't manage to get her, I do recommend getting also another character. Now, a really good character as well to learn quickly is a duelist called Fuchsia. So she has the kind of the same ability for like scanning. You scan, you see enemies in a certain amount of area. So also use smokes with her, right? So basically no one's gonna be upset at you if you play Fuchsia, as long as you are not scared to like entry and do stuff. But the scan is only limited to you. It's like duelists are selfish characters, right? And she gets a self-heal for res, and that's it. Like, it's kind of like Reyna. It's like a Reyna. It's a selfish duelist. That's it. You're a Reyna selfish duelist that does not have dismiss, but does have heal. You kill someone, you get their heal, right? Like, for example, I killed that. You see that thing, you pick that up, and you get a heal, an HP boost. Pretty simple, right? One of the most simple characters to learn. Her ultimate gives you is basically Reyna, right? You get an improvement in shooting and fire rate, recoil control, and all this stuff. It's really cool. Very simple. Now, the thing about Fuchsia, though, you can play Fuchsia on both attack and defender side. There's some characters that you can play only attack, only on defense. But there's characters also that you can play on both sides. So they're very good to learn at the beginning and to unlock in the early stages. Oh, and yeah, we could also reload speed. Now this, right, so something that all the characters can do is called stringification, which is this paper mode. In this paper mode, you can like dodge bullets, you take less damage, you can reload your weapon, but you cannot shoot. It's also used for movement. If you want to fly, go from one to other, you can just do that, right? You don't have to run because you also take less damage in this, right? Another thing is for like taking height. If I want to go up there, I can just go stringified on this wall and climb up, right? I'm 2D here. This is good for movement, right? You learn this. Stick to walls. And another advice is that since this is third person, you have an advantage on right side hand peek, right? This is bad. This peek is better, right? Like keep it. When you try and peek around corners, try and get like the right hand peek on stuff, right? So basically, when you're reloading, always go paper mode. Always. Trust. It will save you more times than not. Also, when running, you don't have like a inaccuracy like in Valorant. Like you can run, jump, and you will have accuracy. So that's also another thing. Oh yeah, so the buy menu, because like all the characters have their own unique weapons. Like for the main gun, you can choose secondaries. There's different secondaries. There's Amber Spit, Athena, Ignis, Stinger, right? But I'll talk about that later. But all the characters have their unique weapons. You do not buy weapons in this game. What you do buy is their upgrades. So you have these blue upgrades. The blue upgrades are for your weapons upgrades. Your yellow are for your skill and ultimate. And the green upgrades are for armor and movement, stuff like that, right? There's a certain set of upgrades that are better for certain characters and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's your preference, right? You have these awakenings. Based on which upgrades you go, you unlock your awakenings. Awakening 1, Awakening 2, Awakening 3, right? You can... Awakening 1, you will always end up upgrading, and then you can choose between which set you want to go for. Either you go for Awakening 2 or Awakening 3. Right? Based on... And it's... Depending for which character, they have different awakenings. And some awakenings are better than other, right? And yes, you buy upgrades with currency that you keep getting. Kind of like in Valorant, you get, I think, 100 for a kill. You get the points for planting, defusing, surviving the round, stuff like that. And then you buy between rounds each upgrades. So for example, Fuchsia... I'll go with this, and this. Now, for Fuchsia's, Awakening 1, the absorption of the crystal of your heal, the range expands, so you can get it from like longer distances. Otherwise, it's a little bit short, so you need to be close to your kills. But with this, it's further away. Then you can choose between Awakening 2, Second Wind, which means when they down you, you can get back up. It's basically a self-res. You self-revive yourself from knockdown state. And then there's Terror Hunter, which when you use your skill, whoever is in range of your skill and gets detected, they get slowed down. So they have a, like... They can't get away as fast. And honestly, that is a way better upgrade because it will rarely happen that as a Fuchsia, you don't get immediately like full killed when they down you. So for Fuchsia, I would honestly go for Awakening 3. Simply because, like, it slows them down. Look at the speed. Look at the difference of this guy now running, right? Compared to, like, someone else running next. It slows them down. You'll have an easier time getting the kill on them. Because usually people will insta-down you. Like, like, full kill you when they down you on Fuchsia. So there's no point in going, like, the second Awakening. It is slow. Like look at that difference. Look how slow they are. So on Fuchsia, definitely a A3 I would recommend. For the others, you'll see over time. Michelle also go A3, the third Awakening as well instead of the second. I think on Lavine I go A2. I don't remember. I think I go A2. Show grenades, right? Yes, let's go over the grenades. So you have this called Interceptor. You know Vito, his Interceptor? It stops all incoming nades in this area of effect, right? If they throw a nade in this, it stops them, right? So Interceptor is down. Good thing. Tattletale is like an alarm.
Tattletale deployed.
Like, when they pass this in this area, an enemy comes there, this will make a sound cue. Right? This will make a sound cue to, like, alert you, oh yeah, you're getting flanked, or, oh yeah, they're pushing that area, right? Healing nade basically heals up your HP. Let me quickly,
Breath of life.
like, let me heal this guy, right? You can heal it. It will regen your HP bar. You got smokes, which obviously we talked about. Always make sure to have a smoke if you are either Lavine or Fuchsia. Then you have the slowing nade. This slowing nade basically stops them from going paper mode. It slows them down. They will go through this slower, but also it stops you from doing this paper mode, right? Stops you from going into like 2D. So slow nades are also really, really strong. Windstorms are probably the strongest rush denials. You throw this, it will force them to go into paper mode. Enemies are forced, or yourself, right? In those windstorms, you will be forced to be paper mode and fly up. Very good utility. We have flashbang. Now, let me show you how the flash looks like in this game.
Flashbang.
That's what a flash looks like. Now let me show you how it looks like on if you flash enemies, right? Your eyes will hurt if you get flashed. And then you have obviously the usual frag grenades. It's just a nade.
Fire in the hole.
Does damage. That's it. But the flashes are ouch. Do people do slow and frag combo? Yes. You can definitely do that. There's certain like combinations. Obviously there is a meta already existing. Like on some maps you will know at certain times to throw a wind nade. But certain areas for slow nades. Stuff like that. They have their uses. But that you will learn over time and from just simply playing the game.
The lives of the prey nourish
like
us.
you'll learn the meta. Right, there's also two snipers, one on attack, one on defense. Attack is Kanami. She also has a Sova dart basically. Right. It's a scan. Defender sniper is Kokona. She is your sage. She has res. She can full res someone. That's it. For the rest of the characters, you'll learn over time. I think that's it for covering that side of things. Another thing is there's multiple game modes. Your like Valorant type of game mode, 5v5, planting bomb, right? That is for casual. Your unranked, unrated is them called demolition. And then you have ranked. You have escort. Escort is push the payload. It's like Overwatch, where you attackers push the card, defenders stop and deny the push. These are events like Sword Clash, where it's sword only. Outbreak, do not play Outbreak, save yourselves. Gunslinger, Team Deathmatch, and Arcade Mode are different event things that have happened that come into rotation. But the main game mode for casual would be demo, and you have ranked. Yes, so you can definitely have like a variety, but ranked is demo 5v5. Now, like unranked, the winner is first team that gets to 7. If you do 6-6, you draw. It's a draw. There's no overtime. For ranked, it's first to 9. If you do 8-8, there is an overtime, but you can vote to draw after each, like, draw. Like on, if you do 9-9, you can vote to draw again. If it's 10-10, you can vote to draw again. If it's 11-11, the game ends. It ends in a draw. So, there's that. When it comes to ranks, there's also like these different tiers for casual that you go from bronze to monarch. Ranked is differently called. Oh, it starts with substance, being iron, molecule like bronze, atom silver, proton is your gold, neutron is your plat, electron is your diamond, and quark would be ascendant, superstring is immortal, and singularity is your radiant. The game is completely free to play. You can play without spending any money, but there is definitely monetization. You do have season pass that you have, there's free stuff. Same like within Valorant, where you have free stuff that you can get, but there's also stuff you get if you pay for the battle pass. Additionally, there is a bunch of skins. There is a lot of skins that you buy. They're very pretty. You know, this is where the money goes in, right? But there's also gacha. You know, there's Genshin or other gacha games like Wuthering Waves, stuff like that, right? There is gacha. You can gamble on skins. You can use these wishing and spend on these so-called banners to get skins who are only available in this system. For example, these skins, this Chio skin, this Lavine skin are only available through this gacha system that you can get. You get these wishes. One of these memory sequence equates to a wish in this. There's of course this banner, which is a complete scam. Do not wish on this banner. Just don't do it. Then there is the reconstructions, which are all the previous banners that you can then choose. They come back after a certain amount of time. They join here to pull. If you missed out on wishing on those banners, they will eventually come back and you will have a chance again to gamble on these banners to get skins that are only available in the system. Right. There's,
it would be a wonderful memory.
I don't know. That covers it for monetization. There's also this thing called dormitories, where you get the characters.
I suppose I can acknowledge your...
And you max out your friendship with these characters, and they give you rewards for maxing out and skins. Like, for example, for this character, you can get this skin once you max it out. And there's different ones, different dorms that you can do. Currently, there's these 4 dormitories for Audrey, for Yvette, for Celestia, and Michelle. There's also events that you can go through. You get a bunch of cool stuff. You can get skins with more wishes. Just go on the banner and stuff like that. But yeah, so you don't even have to spend any money in this game. Now, another thing is that initially, when you start, it's gonna feel like you need to do a lot to unlock characters, because characters you have to unlock. They cost 3,600 of these blue dream tokens.
Count on us to construct your safe haven, both on and
to unlock a character. And we did some math, and I think it's 13. 12 and a half. So technically you will have to level up 13 levels for one character to unlock them. You do get, I think, also free characters. I think that covers it all. There's birthday 50% off. I think that is a cool thing. Yes. Also, if you do add your birthday date, the game will give you a 50% off card for any of the skins in the shop that you can get. So that is kind of cool too. Controls, maybe. Controls are personal. For controls, that is absolutely personal, however you wish to play. For example, I don't play with the usual stuff. I use my left alt button for paper mode. But that's because I feel like it's good for me, like for my hand size and stuff. I feel like best for me for paper mode, but that does not matter. One thing I will recommend is once you start in the game to disable mouse smoothing. It's basically mouse acceleration. I think it's by default it's on. So that is the first thing I would recommend turning it off. Everything else is personal, left up to you, right? Like, also another neat thing is that there is no region lock. You know how Valorant has region lock? There's region lock in Valorant. Like, if you make an EU account, you can only play on EU and stuff like that. In this game, you can cross regions. You know, you can play with someone on A or other regions, you know. Welcome to Strinova.